All right, man, peace. So the Philadelphia franchise, currently known as the 76ers, in the past known as the Warriors, they have a very storied history. And of course, prior to the season, Miss Rachel Nichols sat down with Ben Simmons, one of the best up-and-coming young players in the NBA, to discuss what his goals are for this season and how he's improved. So of course, they're going to talk about it, and I'm going to chime in.
Welcome to The Jump. We are here in Philadelphia at the Sixers practice facility because it's finally starting, man. NBA training camps. A couple of them open today, and we wanted to be there on site. And of course, who else would you want to be with? Ben Simmons joins me, our own Stephen Jackson. We got so many people coming up. The new GM, Elton Brand, Mr. Joel Embiid, Mr. JJ Redick. But I do want to start with the reigning Rookie of the Year. Are you still? It's been a few months. You like the sound of that?
It's cool, but it's over now. I'm ready for next season.
That's a good attitude to have, because this is a new season, and hopefully he's come back with more tricks in his bag, because he was exposed by the Boston Celtics last year, glaringly exposed. To be quite frank with you, I'm surprised with the way in which he played against the Boston Celtics that the Miami Heat, with their brain trust, was not able to bring out a lot of those flaws in that first round series that were exposed in the second round series.
I'm ready to go.
I got a new name for him. The leader of the new school.
Oh.
That's what I call him.
You want to explain?
Me and my friends, we just have conversations, and when we talk basketball.
Well, we'll see. The NBA is surely prepping him for that. And you have to watch him as well, because he is a Luciferian. A lot of brothers might not grasp this, but the parameters around which he came into the NBA, it's very obvious to me the type of plans that they have for him. His associations with LeBron James, being a part of the Nike Coven, the sacrifice of his cousin on the night that he was drafted, his associations with the Kardashians, etc., many of these other starlets in Hollywood, his close association with Mr. Meek Mill. But I'll be expounding on that in another video. I have no doubt, though, that this dude is a Luciferian, allegedly. Everything I'm saying is alleged, and they have a lot of plans for him.
His name's always came up as the leader of the new school, so that's what we call him, the leader of the new school.
All right, so new, going forward, if you say that's in the past, what is your goal for this year? What is going to be the thing?
Just to improve. Individually, for me, is to get better as a player. I know greatness takes time, so I'm not trying to force anything. I'm not going to be out there doing things that I haven't practiced. But I'm definitely going to be out there, playing my game. And
well, you were doing things that you didn't practice last year, like shooting the basketball, because according to you, you never practiced shooting. I have no idea how you could look dead into the camera and be in the NBA and say you never practiced shooting.
Adding things along the way.
I mean, we saw you in the gym plenty this summer. Damian Lillard joked on Twitter, like, if you didn't have a workout video, maybe you weren't really doing it.
Right.
We saw your workout videos, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that video, too. It was hilarious. That was just funny. There's a lot of people out there always saying things like that. But at the same time, he's right. I mean, you don't have to have a workout video, but some guys do.
Well, we saw you working on your shot. How much, and look, you've heard it. I know you're sick of people talking.
I mean, shit, it can't get no worse.
Talking to you about it. The way to shut them up is, of course.
Can you imagine him starting with Markelle Fultz? They got the Splash Brothers out there in Golden State. Out in Philly, they got the Bricklayers.
Of course, to get out there on the court and do it. How close are you to having where you want your shot to be?
Nowhere near close. This is the second year I've been playing. This is really the first year I've actually worked on my jumper and had the whole summer to work on it. And it takes time. It's not I'm going to come out here and just start draining threes. But it takes time. Shooting the shot first and getting shots up.
You need to work on your free throws too, bro.
It's the first step towards that.
Two things I like about you. You know what sham guard is, right? You have that sham guard syndrome. You don't have to shoot. You can get to anywhere on the court. You can get to basket without.
Don't tell him that, bro. If you truly believe that he's a leader of the new school, then he has to be well-rounded. He has to be proficient in every aspect of the game if you expect him to lead that team to a championship. Now, if they want to go out in the second round every year, then yeah, he's already good enough. He has great handle, he's a great passer, great rebounder, phenomenal floor game, great vision. But if you expect him to be someone who's going to lead them to a championship, he has to improve his jump shooting. Magic Johnson, by the end of his career, was one of the top shooters in the NBA. Great three-point shooter, great free throw shooter.
Without shooting the ball, and that's one thing I love about you. But two, you know your game. You said this just now, the first question she asked you. I'm going to play my game. You know, when you have guys, especially young kids like him, coming in knowing their game and knowing what they do best, they really blossom. And I really commend you on knowing how to stick to your game and do what you do best to make your team do well.
Right, he can stick to the game, but he has to expand his game, Steven Jackson.
Well,
and some of those summer workout videos we saw you shooting. We saw the crafty interior game you've got. We saw you working out with LeBron James. Of course, you guys share an agent. You've been tight for a long time. Did you have any thought that he was going to come here and join you in Philadelphia?
That wasn't really one of the thoughts I had, just because I was so focused.
Right, but the main reason why LeBron was considering coming to Philadelphia was not only the multitude of talented players that they have on that team, but also because with a Ben Simmons and a Joel Embiid, he has one player who's already an apprentice in Luciferianism, allegedly, in Ben Simmons, but you have another one who he could possibly recruit into that same form or that same ideology of cultural belief or ritualistic practice. Because once again, it's obvious to me when I look at Ben Simmons and how he's rolling, what he's dealing with.
Focused on my summer and making sure I was getting ready for the next season. You know, if he did come, it'll be amazing. You know, somebody to learn off. But at the same time, I got to focus on what I'm doing in my team. So I got to worry about the pieces we have now and getting to that next phase. Obviously, getting past that second round.
Do you think you guys need another big piece to be a championship contender?
It always helps, but at the same time, I think
they definitely need another piece. Paul George or Kawhi Leonard would have been perfect for them. Either one of those players would have been perfect for them. But as of right now, they have to hope that Markelle Fultz can develop an outside jump shot because they're going to need that.
I think the pace we're going right now, we're on the right track. You know, in the future, whatever happens, happens. Whatever pieces we add, we add. And I think right now we need to really focus on what we have.
You and LeBron are working together, though, even if it's not on.
LeBron James be out there playing pickup games in his drawers. I mean, look at this dude, man. Man, they're like, LeBron, you need some basketball shorts? He said, nah, I'm good. I'll play in my boxes.
On basketball, he and Spring Hill Entertainment announced they're going to basically document, do sort of a creative series that's based on your life.
Yeah, so my brother and I had a show idea. We brought that to Spring Hill, and they loved it, went along with it, and
of course, once you show that you're willing to get down with the craft and enter on that pathway to illumination, you venerate Baal / Asar / Saturn, whatever you want to call that entity. They're going to give you all these opportunities. Television, movies, all these things are going to come your way. Ben Simmons will definitely be in that new Space Jam sequel starring LeBron James. There's no doubt about that.
It's been great so far, so hopefully that is out there and actually comes out.
Should we do a series on Steven Jackson's life? Would you greenlight that?
Oh, man.
I'm with that.
Oh, man. It's definitely going to be rated R.
Yours going to be a little more PG. It's called Brotherly Love.
Yeah, a little bit more PG. More of a comedy.
Okay.
Nice.
Be pretty good.
Nice.
Look, the idea of Space Jam 2 has also been floated around. Are you lobbying him for a role in that?
Maybe. Who knows?
No, you're definitely going to be in that, bro. Stop it. So will Anthony Davis, who just recently signed with Clutch Sports.
That would be amazing. Hopefully that happens soon, too. I'm looking forward to that.
I know that.
I'm sure that they're probably going to change the adversaries of LeBron James and many of his cohorts from the Monstars to some type of racial element. It'll be LeBron James against the oppressors of blacks, women, and homosexuals. They have to play a one-on-one basketball game to see which ideology is going to be propagated all across the known world. If LeBron James wins, everybody becomes super liberal and a pansexual.
I know that's been the conversation among NBA players for the last 2 days.
Definitely, for sure.
Who gets to be in
Yeah,
it?
who's gonna be in it?
Right?
That'll be
You be rolling here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know what would be great in Space Jam 2, but it would never happen? If they had Michael Jordan make a cameo. Like he could be like some guy who, he play himself, but he could warn LeBron James about what's coming. Like, they'll be back. They're coming back. Some funny shit like that.
I think going forward in the East, because we saw
They're coming back, LeBron. Be ready.
In Toronto, we saw Kawhi Leonard join that team. We saw in Boston, obviously they're not getting back, but they're getting back Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward. Where do you guys feel like you fit in?
I think we're a young team, and I think we're just pushing to see where we're at. We're not sure right now just because,
In other words, you already know that you cannot challenge the Boston Celtics. That's what that means. Because if you felt like you could, you would have said, we feel like we have just as good a chance as anybody else to get to the finals.
Boston, we're missing 2 players. Now they're back, 2 great players, all-stars. But at the same time, we have guys who are coming in. So that's my second year playing. Joe's healthy. Markel's coming back. Then we got JJ, addition of Wilson Chandler.
That's a good pickup for them.
And guys like that who can really step up. So we don't know what we have yet until we actually get out there and play.
Right, but bro, come on. You have Markel Fultz coming back. He barely played last year. He hardly played in the playoffs at all. So you should be saying to yourself, we got to the semifinals last year. We expect to at least get back there and challenge either Toronto or Boston in that second round matchup because we have a year of experience under our belt. You have to at least say that. So you can tell right off the bat that he does not have very high aspirations for his team this season.
Well, if you want to know about winning a championship, this guy has a ring. Is there any questions? Savvy vet. Besides, maybe stay off this.
Steven Jackson got a whole bunch of rings. He got championship rings. He got a ring around his tub. He got a couple of rings around his eyes and smoking all that shit.
Off Instagram. Is there anything?
Let me say something to him. I really feel like, Rach, that they have all the pieces. Fultz could be that third star. Right.
Good for you, Steven Jackson, for putting a little pressure on his ass. Out here trying to set a low bar.
Right. He can come into his own, but I feel like you and Embiid have so much talent that, especially with the way the East is right now, y'all can get the job done. I really.
Thank you, sir. Good job, Steven Jackson. Don't let him try to slink his way out of it.
I really have a lot of confidence in you and Embiid, bro. I think y'all doing a great job. Y'all have handled all the pressure tremendously up to this point. I think y'all can get this team over the hump, and I don't think a third piece is needed.
Oh, well, there you go. He's got confidence. Do you have anything you want to ask him?
Probably off camera.
That's pretty smart. All right, coming up.
But anyway, that's basically it on that. We'll see what Mr. Ben Simmons has done with his game in the offseason. I expect the Philadelphia 76ers to be a 50-plus win team, barring injury. And we'll see what happens with them in the playoffs. So peace.